What's impressed you the most about Jonathan Taylor these first few weeks?
I don't really know. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, he's been, I guess I would say, there's been some plays where he's picked up pressures on a throw that I wouldn't expect out of a young back to ever see, to ever think to pick something like that up. And I think his awareness, his smarts have been super impressive.
Is he just more? Does he seem like more of a mature guy for a true freshman? You mentioned picking up blitzes like that, but also maybe his running style being pretty patient, pretty one cut, get up the field type of
I think he's super mature in his approach. He's definitely not playing like a true freshman at all. Super patient, willing to learn, all that stuff. So I think it's just kind of scratching the surface for him.
Where do you think Bradrick kind of fits into that running back mix? He's obviously started the first game, and now he's coming back and lost his spot.
Well, first thing is he's got to get healthy. He's battling a knee problem, but I think when he comes back, it'll be sort of a three-headed monster. I think all three of those guys have their styles, and I think Chris and Bradrick and JT, they all complement each other really well. They all run a little different, but I think with those three guys healthy, we have some of the best running backs that I've ever blocked for.
Was that week off good for you and just everybody else in general, but even specifically you?
Yeah, definitely me. It helped a ton. Came at the right time, but I think we were due. We've been going at it since the end of July, so to get a week to kind of catch your breath and relax, get home if people could, it was just a lot of fun.
I think Taylor impressed you guys in that scrimmage with some big playability, that Friday night scrimmage. But did you notice the way he ran between the tackles against BYU? Because I think he had 7 runs of like just 11 yards or more, but nothing more than 18. I'm just curious if you guys noticed that on tape when he can run between the tackles with power.
Yeah, I mean, he's a weight room strong guy, super powerful kid. And, in the tackles, I think patience is key. If you just wait a sec, something will show up. And I think he's doing a really good job with it. He's not forcing anything that's not there. He's waiting for stuff to develop, and it's been good.
Do most young backs not exhibit that patience?
No, I would say they go to their gap where they expect it to be, and that's their only option. And I think he's good with getting the cutbacks, getting the different gaps faster than I expected him to, and that's been encouraging.
Well, you guys have outscored teams by 100 points so far. I assume you don't expect it to continue in Big Ten play, but what do you think is the biggest jump that you guys have to make from these first 3 games to when you get into playing the conference team?
The physicality steps up. I mean, everything really tightens up. Everything gets harder when you start Big Ten play, but it just gets more physical, in my opinion, and it makes it that much more fun. And that's something that we look forward to because that's our style of play. That's how we want to play. So when Big Ten play starts, it's going to get more physical and more fun.
You guys had mentioned the first couple weeks that those two teams threw a lot of stuff that you weren't expecting. You didn't have a lot of film on those teams. When you get into conference play, you're facing these teams that you're really familiar with. Does preparation change at all, or is anything different in that way?
No, preparation stays the same. But I guess you have in the back of your mind, what they do. They know what you do. Both teams are a lot more familiar. I mean, we've played Northwestern. This will be my 3rd year playing some of the same guys. I mean, so I definitely know their tendencies better than I would, a non-conference team. And they know, my tendencies the exact same. So I think that makes it more challenging. But it definitely gives you more confidence knowing what they're going to do. You shouldn't get a lot of stuff that surprises you.
You guys are converting 3rd downs at almost 60%, like number 2 in the country. When you're on the field and you guys are sensing that you're moving the chains on 3rd down, what kind of effect does that have on you guys in the huddle in terms of your confidence level, whether it's a lineman, quarterback, the backs, receiver?
I mean, when you're driving, everything's clicking. You kind of just feel it's awesome. It's a really awesome feeling. You feel kind of unstoppable. And when you can grab that confidence and that momentum, we have to do a really good job of harnessing it and running with it because it really doesn't happen all that often where you have complete confidence that 3rd and 12, 3rd and 8, 3rd and whatever, we're going to convert. So when it's there, you got to run with it, and that's when you can put points on the board.
Northwestern struggled the first couple weeks of their season, and I don't think a lot of people are going to give them, much of a chance to come in here and beat you guys. But the history you have within the last few years, and the close games you've had, they beat you guys twice recently. How big of a challenge are you expecting from this team on Saturday?
The same challenge as the last 3-4 years. To us, it doesn't really matter what they've done to this point this season. We know how our games with them have gone in the past. So do they, and it's the first game of Big Ten play. So, I mean, you can't look into what they've done at the start of this year. They're a good team. They're going to show up here and they're going to be ready to play.
You watched some ball this weekend while you had time off?
Oh yeah, that's all I did.
What games jumped? Big Ten games in particular that caught your attention?
Obviously, the Penn State Iowa game was just a great football game. I mean, other than that, nothing else really surprised me. I guess they all were normal, I guess, but the Penn State game was the most entertaining.
Did you watch that as a college kid, just with your feet up, enjoying it, or did you watch it sensing, okay, I know we're going to play that guy down the road, and we may play that?
So I try to watch it, college kid, kick your feet up, but you always end up seeing yourself going, all right, that's what he did there. Saw the safety do that there, and you're like, that's not really necessary right now, but it's hard not to get out of that mode. But, I mean, it does make watching football more interesting when you have that kind of knowledge of it. And I'll be talking to my parents, and they'll tell me to shut up. They don't know what I'm talking about. But that's pretty funny.
I mean, Iowa came within one second, basically, one play of winning that game.
Yeah.
Did that surprise you, impress you, the way they played that team?
No, I mean, that's Iowa, and that's how they play. I think Iowa is a team that always shows up, especially when in big moments and big games. That's a team that always bows up and plays their best, and that's why they're a ton of fun to play. And Penn State obviously showed their resilience to go in there and win a game at Iowa at night. That was it was impressive. It was a lot of fun to watch.